What's going on with Bitcoin? It's going absolutely parabolic. My camera, I like how my camera looks tonight. But anyways, Bitcoin is at $5,700. Let's go, baby. Bitcoin is pumping. Let me share my screen with you guys. I don't really have any idea what the index is going to be at, but we are going to take a peekaboo right now. And I thought that I had it pulled up. Oh, yeah, I do. Right now, the crypto fear ingredient index is at 78. This updated last before this little pump that Bitcoin had. So 78 on the crypto fear ingredient, $79,000 Bitcoin. Let's go, baby. Oh my gosh, Bitcoin is absolutely going parabolic. This is bull run, and you have to remember when Bitcoin's up 3%, $3,000 for an asset that has as much money in it as Bitcoin does, that's a lot of money moving the market. That is crazy. And Bitcoin about to go to $80,000 right now. Let's go over to Bookmap and see where the liquidity is at for Bitcoin. You can see that 80, I'll make this full screen. You can see that $80,000 Bitcoin has a lot of liquidity to the upside. Let me get the music going. We have some liquidity to the downside, but it's more likely we go to the upside because the red is closer and it's slightly bigger than the green down here. We are probably going to $80,000 tonight. Probably sooner than later. We were just at $79,700. Bitcoin on the 1 minute time frame just made a higher low. We are going parabolic. I did open up a trade on the 1 minute time frame on Bitcoin all the way back here. Let me show you. When Bitcoin crossed the 200-day smooth moving average, I entered a Bitcoin long. I entered right here at $76,700 and $76,770 is where I entered the Bitcoin long. My trailing stop would be at 77,150 right now. That is the trade I'm in right now, and that is up massively. I did not expect it to. I only put $100 in. Now it's worth probably $500. So we'll see what happens. Right now, Bitcoin looks like it wants to go to $80,000. If you guys are new here, appreciate if you hit the likes, hit the follow button. And if you guys are watching YouTube, hit the bell notification so you get notified every time I post a video. I do want to let you guys know before I get too far into the TA, we do have a Patreon. If you guys want to join the trading group where I post Bitcoin updates throughout the day and altcoin setups, if the market's good, join the trading group. Also, if it's free Telegram group, link to join that is on YouTube. So right now, there's more liquidity to the upside at $80,000 for Bitcoin. It's very likely that we go to $80,000 tonight. I have several trades I want to talk about. I knew this was going to be an awesome stream, but I did not really see this pump coming. Finally, Bitcoin is going parabolic, and this is what the bull run feels like. You know, when you get the all-time highs of $500 a day, $1,000 every day, that's awesome. 5 straight days of new all-time highs for Bitcoin. But when you go up thousands of dollars in minutes, it's pretty fun. And there are still going to be days. I think there's going to be at least 1 or 2 days minimum. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm too hopeful. Where Bitcoin goes up $10,000 in 1 day. Right now, we're 2/10 of the way there. We're at $2,300 right now. We'll see what happens. So right now, we're on the 1 minute time frame for Bitcoin. Where are we going to go next? I say there's liquidity 80,000. I think there's about a 90% chance you go up there in the next 24 hours. And I think there's probably a 60% chance it happens on this stream. Now, short term, let's look at the 15-minute time frame. It's overbought. You probably need a pullback. People are going to be taking profits at the all-time highs. But it's likely that you get some kind of flag here and you might get one more push. So this bull pennant would take you to $80,500 on Bitcoin. Thank you for the follow. So let me just make sure. We're also live on YouTube. If you guys want to see it, thank you for the likes. So that's what I'm looking at. I'll leave that there. I'll show you guys. If that happens, we can watch it. But that is kind of the flag I'm looking at right now for Bitcoin. Ethereum is going absolutely nuts. This is the 4-hour time frame for Ethereum. It's been going up for ever since the 5th. 4 straight days of absolute parabolicness. Ethereum, for the first time this entire bull run, and for the first time in years, is outperforming Bitcoin, and Bitcoin's doing really well in and of itself. But finally, Ethereum paired to Bitcoin Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin over the last few days. Even though Bitcoin's going nuts, Ethereum's doing even better. I have an Ethereum long open from this morning at 30.20, so $3,020. I opened up a long there. My stop is at break even right now, and I see this continuing to the upside. This trade I'm up $400 or $500 on. I'm up at least when we were at the highs today, I'm up another 400 or 500 on the Bitcoin trade. And we'll see what happens. Ethereum right now, let me just move that out of the way. Let's go to the macro time frames on Ethereum. Right now, the next massive resistance for Ethereum is 35.50 on Ethereum. So that's where I see Ethereum going next. If we can stay above this support right here at 30.50. So pretty much right where I entered the trade was resistance. We broke it. I entered the trade. So if you stay above 30, if you stay above 30.50 on Ethereum, I see more upside coming. If Bitcoin keeps going up, Ethereum will do well. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a bounce here in this flag, and I do see this happening pretty quickly. Now, literally in 1 second candles, you can see $100 move in Bitcoin. That's just crazy. It went from 79,100 to 79,220. $120 move in 1 second. It's also a great way to get liquidated, so just be cautious. Use smart leverage. Don't FOMO in. That's all I got to say. Thank you guys for the likes and for the follow, Stefan. It's just Big Me. Thank you for the follow. So let me just see. If you guys have requests for altcoins, so let me know in the comment section below, and I will look at them. But that's kind of what we got going on. I see Ethereum going to 3,500. I'm not saying that's going to happen today, but in the next 24 to 48 hours, I would not be surprised if we saw a $3,500 Ethereum. If Bitcoin continues to rip to new all-time highs, and now Ethereum is outperforming Bitcoin over the last week, I do think that we could see an all-time high for Ethereum this month. That would mean that Ethereum could realistically go to almost $5,000 in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I think that could happen, but the way that would happen is if this chart right here, the Ethereum Bitcoin chart, flips bullish. That would be how it would happen. So the time frame I love trading on, I made a video on it earlier today, is if the 333-minute time frame can continue to the upside. And let me turn the volume down a little bit. I don't know if you guys can hear me that well. I don't know. But that would be how it happens, is if you can stay above this 4-cent level on Ethereum Bitcoin. This is basically Ethereum paired to Bitcoin. So if this chart's bullish or going up, that means Ethereum is outperforming whatever Bitcoin's doing. If Bitcoin goes up 1% and Ethereum goes up 1%, this will go sideways. If Bitcoin goes up 1%, Ethereum goes up 2%, this chart would be up 1% for the day. If Ethereum goes up 1%, but Bitcoin goes up 2%, this would be down 1% for the day. Hopefully that all made sense. If this chart is bullish, that means Ethereum is outperforming the pace of Bitcoin. So if we can stay above 4 cents on Ethereum, that means that we could very quickly see, Bitcoin keeps going up several percent a day. That means Ethereum is going to outpace that. So I know that's a lot, but that's what I'm looking for. If you stay above 4 cents on Ethereum, on each Bitcoin, I see massive moves for Ethereum. That is another reason I'm in my long on Ethereum. My third trade, which is a much smaller trade, it's not doing nearly as well. And of course, it's XRP. But even XRP, even though it doesn't look nearly as good as Bitcoin or Ethereum, it's still pretty good. And I had something drawn here, I thought, but I'll redraw it. XRP is breaking out of this bull pennant here. And I see massive moves, at least for XRP. That's a pretty big move up to that resistance, up at 65, 66 cents. If this move gets you to 62 cents, I do see it eventually probably hitting that resistance at 65, 66, and then we'll go from there. If Bitcoin keeps ripping, it's going to probably rip past that up to 73. But overall, that's what I'd be watching for, is a move on XRP to the upside. So I entered this trade on the 333-minute time frame. You stayed above this bigger, thicker yellow line, and it's looking pretty good. So anyways, that's what I got going on. That's my smallest trade, is an XRP trade. And then again, I'm long on Ethereum, Bitcoin, and XRP right now. Those are the trades that got cooking. I went through my entire watch list. If you guys missed it, go watch the video. But I went through my entire watch list looking for coins that were bullish, and I came down to XRP being one of them, as well as auction. But I got stepped out of the auction trade. So that's kind of what we got going on right now for that. Doge and Matic is what someone requests. Emifi, thank you for that. So yeah, let's go back to Bitcoin. Still in the flag. Still looks like we could continue to the upside. CTX, thank you for the follow, Randy. So that's what we got going on. I don't know who requested it first, but we will go look at Dogecoin, and then there was another one, but I'll look at Dogecoin first. Yeah, so let's get to it. Dogecoin. All right, I'm going to start on the monthly time frame for Dogecoin. It starts a little messy, but let me just delete some of this stuff, and we're going to kind of start fresh as much as humanly possible. So Dogecoin right now on the monthly time frame, you can see that the money flow is coming up. I think you guys care more about short-term price action. Weekly is overbought. Money flow on the weekly shows you more upside. Money flow on the 3-day is overbought. It is breaking out. You already hit the measure move of the 3-day time frame. Wow, I did not know that. I drew this the other day, but it already hit the measure move. The daily time frame, it's at resistance right now at 23 cents. I'd be cautious, but if you break 23 cents on Dogecoin, I see a move to 30 cents coming. I should probably have one of my charts on the Bitcoin. Yeah, I got to have Bitcoin one of them. So that's kind of what I see. If you break 23 cents, I see a massive move coming for Bitcoin or for Dogecoin. That's also a rounded bottom on the 12-hour time frame. That's a very bullish sign. And this looks like it just wants to continue to the upside. Going down to the smaller time frames, 8-hour, 4-hour, 6-hour. I'm just going to go through them and see if I see anything that looks interesting to me. Obviously, just in a massive move to the upside. Let me go down to the half-hour time frame. Half-hour, making a high. I'd be cautious here. But if Bitcoin keeps pumping, then I bet this rising wedge here on Dogecoin will make a move to the upside. These break down 68% of the time, but if everything's pumping, it could continue, and that would get you at least close to the resistance at 26 cents. So it's in a rising wedge on the half-hour time frame. Very high risk to enter along here. You're also far away from the moving averages, so I would be cautious for a bigger move to the downside. But again, if Bitcoin keeps pumping, I see this continuing to the upside. That is a rising wedge here on Dogecoin. But again, the market's pumping. So technically speaking, I could see this going higher. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it did. Again, the next macro resistance on Dogecoin is 30 cents. So that's what you got to watch out for on Dogecoin. I would say, though, if you stay above the level of 22.5, I would say if Dogecoin stays above the level of 22.5 cents, it will continue more to the upside. That's just what I see on Dogecoin. Hey, bro, can you take a look at Tron? Could you look at Moonwell and Sui? All right, I missed one, though. Matic was the other request. There. Maybe I'll stick to the smaller time frames because obviously everything's going parabolic. Maybe I don't need to look at the higher time frames right now. How come there's no volume on the Matic chart? On Coinbase, there's no volume on it? That's weird. Okay. Let me go to the 1-hour time frame. Matic on the 1-hour time frame. That looks decent to me for another move to the upside. I would just be cautious here on Matic. But technically speaking, you hold 37 cents and you break 40 cents. Your next stop is 46 cents on Matic. Going down to the 15-minute time frame because everything's pumping. This is a rounded bottom on Matic. I mean, I think almost every coin that's a half-decent coin is going to pump with Bitcoin. It's just what's going to happen. That's a rounded bottom. That is going to continue to the upside. What would be even more bullish is if you get some kind of consolidation here, cooled off, make a Sammy Cup and handle, and then you can really get going to the upside. But overall, this looks extremely bullish to me, and it's likely that this does break resistance at 40 cents and probably eventually go to 46 cents sometime this week. Not financial advice. Matic looks good to me. Someone requested CTX. Let's go look at CTX. I don't know what CTX is, and I don't know if there's going to be any volume on the chart, so let's go look. We have it on Coinbase. Right now, CTX Finance on Coinbase. Let's go back and look at the flag on Bitcoin on the 1-minute time frame before I get too far away from that. But I do want to see what's going on with Bitcoin because I have trades open on that. I need to manage that. I have hundreds of dollars on it. For a small account, I got to manage that. So anyway, CTX right now is breaking the highs, and it just looks like it wants to continue. Let me go to the 4-hour time frame to see where the next resistance is. I don't think I've ever looked at whatever this is. So that is a big move to the downside. On the macro time frame, that looks like a bear flag. If you want to be bullish, you have to break $2.53. And then obviously you have support at $1.82. So you must break $2.53 to be bullish on CTX on the macro time frame. the time frame I love to trade is this time frame. And as far as I'm concerned, on this time frame, you are bullish. You close the entire candle above the thick yellow line. So that would take you up to the races. I would have entered the trade right here. Stop at $2.15, and you could be cooking it. If I wanted to enter another trade, that looks like a good trade setup. RSI is oversold, pretty much oversold. I love this. You could at least take this trade to 253 and maybe higher. That's what I'd be looking at for on CTX. Thank you, Vincent and Maha, or I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Thank you for the follows. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. So Tron and Moonwell and Sui, thank you for the love on YouTube. All right. So let's go look at Tron next. All right. Let's just relax for a second. Okay, so Tron on the 4-hour time frame looks bad. This is like the first coin we've looked at all night that doesn't look good. I think I've looked at more charts today than I on any other day in my life, even in the previous bull runs. I think I've just looked at so many charts today, and that's okay. But yeah, so Tron is bearish right now. If you hold 16 cents, you could be long, but overall, I don't love what I'm seeing on the 4-hour time frame. I will say on my time frame, I love trading the 333-minute time frame. You're technically well above the moving average, and that's pretty bullish. It would have my trade setup, if I was watching this, would have told me to buy at 12 or 13 cents, then you'd still be in the long, with your stop loss being at 6.15.5. So overall, the super high time frames look good, but you do need to break this last local high here at 16.4 to remain bullish short term. And so far, we haven't done that. If you break 16.4, which is probably going to happen if everything's pumping, if you break 16.4, you can be bullish again. But overall, this doesn't look super good to me. I think probably it will continue going up. But like compared to the rest of the market, this is kind of struggling. So if 16.4 must break, or I got to be bearish on it. So going back to the daily time frame on Tron, where is your next resistance? Your next resistance would be 16.6, and then I would say 17 cents. I got two lines there. 17 cents is resistance. You could also say something like this is happening before I go on to the next coin. That is definitely a strong uptrend, and I would say that if you hold this level here, you are going to continue to the upside. So if you hold this trend line here on the daily time frame, you will continue higher. So overall, it doesn't look bad. You just have to zoom out a little bit. But like it's not pumping like everything else is. So just watch that. Ethereum is at almost $3,200. Your next resistance is 3,500. And Bitcoin, hopefully right now, is back testing the support level. That would be a very good sign. So yeah, that's what's going on right now as far as that's aware. Can I look at Moonwell? Did I look at Moonwell yet? No, I just did Tron. Yeah, I don't know what the ticker is for Moonwell. I do know what it is for Sui, so we'll do Sui first. And I don't know what Moonwell is. I could probably figure it out. All right, so I'm just doing smaller time frames today because everything's pumping. And I think most people that are requesting stuff are probably just looking for the small time frame stuff. That is a rising wedge. Bitcoin was in a rising wedge earlier today and it broke to the upside. So overall, these break down 68% of the time, and they come back to where they started. You're far away on the moving averages. So the move to the downside would be 240, but everything's pumping. It's pretty likely this continues to the upside up to 350. Not financial advice. Are we at all-time highs for this right now? I think we are. Let me know if we're not, but I think Sui's at all-time highs right now. So pretty much it's price discovery. So it's anyone's best guess of where we're going. I will say, and I will tell you this, and I don't know if we've hit this flag yet, but this was a bull pennant. Have we hit the measured move yet of that bull pennant? If I go to the 4-hour time frame, have we hit that? The measure move was $3 basically. Have we hit $3 yet? No. You're really close to that measure move. The smaller time frame measure move now takes you up to $3.50 on Sui. So overall, let me go down to the 15-minute time frame and then we'll wrap this up. If Sui can hold this little smaller flag here at $2.79 or $2.80, if you hold $2.80, I see another move coming to the upside for Sui. If you lose $2.80, be careful, and I would not be long anymore. Not financial advice. I'd be out of the trade. Again, if you guys want to join the trend group, link to join is on YouTube. So yeah, the smaller flag would give you a move to 308. The bigger one is 350, but that's out of a rising wedge. So just be very cautious. Overall, though, if you hold 380, this is likely to continue to the upside. Wow. All right. So, and then polka dot. Yeah. I don't know. I didn't get any. Yeah. So polka dot's the last one because I don't know what the other one is. Moonwell. I don't know if you're still here. If you're not here anymore, there's no point of doing it. Wow. So polka dot is ripping to the upside. So okay. Polka dot has resistance upcoming at $5.80. You're quite a ways away from that. I would also say if you break $5.11, you're probably going to do pretty well because, frankly, that's the last time that this coin. I mean, 511 is resistance, and then you have a gap to 580. That's what I see coming for polka dot and Bitcoin right now. Bullishly retesting the bull pennant and likely to continue to the upside. Ethereum's at 3,200 bucks. This has been my most profitable day in a very long time. Thank Jesus, praise Jesus. It's been pretty fun. I was down on my account pretty bad earlier today, so I'm glad we got a bounce in the market. So, anyways, that's what Bitcoin's doing. Let's go back to Polkadot. Yeah, if you break 511, this is going to 580, and that would be a nice long. Let me go to the 15-minute time, smaller time frames. I will say this: be very cautious. Just like I said on one of the last coins, whatever the coin we did last was, you're in a rising wedge here, and this is going parabolic. Almost the entire market's having a parabolic Sunday or Saturday, I should say. I'd be cautious. But again, my guess is everything's pumping. This probably continues to $5.11, $5.15, and then we'll see there because that's resistance. If you break $5.15, I'd say you're going to 580. It's pretty much that simple. Polkadot looks good to me. Like even if you go to the 1 minute time frame, I mean, I don't know. I guess I think you keep pumping if you hold this level here at 483. If you hold 483, you're going to keep going up to 515. That's my analysis for Polkadot. There's no point in looking at higher time frames. We know the higher time frames in most coins are extended, but it just doesn't matter. The market wants to pump like crazy. And the best part is I don't even think retail's in. I think they're starting to learn about it, especially after today. But I don't even think retail's in the market yet. I think there's some retail, but I think overall, I don't think it's more than last bull run yet. So that's what we got going on. Dot's looking like it's breaking out. Could you do Aerodome instead or Solana? Solana is doing really well. Let me go up to Solana. Well, I had Solana on theirs. Okay, so the 15-minute, 5-minute time frame for Solana is breaking out. The 15-minute time frame for Solana is breaking out. And if I go to the 4-hour time frame, your next resistance is 270 on Solana. Guys, what is this right here? I've said it on the last two coins. Yeah, it's actually not as bad as the other ones. Actually, I take that back. I don't think that's a rising wedge at all. I think that's a bull pennant that is going to continue to the upside. I just had to look at it for a second. If you break 210, that's resistance. You're up to 224. If you get 224 and the market's pumping, you're likely going to 250, 270. That is what I'm seeing for Solana. It's already broken out. That's like, in my opinion, a confirmed breakout on the 4-hour. The 4-hour time frame is just getting started. You already have a higher high. This is likely to continue to the upside right now on Solana. 1 hour is extended. Be cautious. 15-minute time frame is extended. Be cautious. 5-minute time frame is extended. 1 minute time frame just wants to continue. So I would be cautious, but if you hold 206, 40, 206, $206, I see more upside. I do think you are due for a pullback. And then on the macro time frames, if this breaks 211, you're off to 270. That's just what I see. Aerodome. Yeah, I'm in on Ethereum. I've talked about Ethereum. It's going to 3,500 probably. Aerodome. Ethereum is just going. It's outperforming Bitcoin. So I think I'm calling for an all-time high in Ethereum this month. The market looks freaking awesome, and it's likely to keep breaking out. So the 15-minute time frame for Aerodome, everything's overbought on the 15. Here's the bigger flag or bigger bull pennant I see on Aerodome. I think that's a valid flag. It's kind of a weird looking one, but that's a valid flag on Aerodome. And I don't know what this is. It's probably on Coinbase, right? Your measure move is $1.66. I would pretty much say if you as long as you hold $1.49, you're going to cook to the upside. That's just what I see on Aerodome. It looks good to me. Obviously, the higher time frames are very extended, but even on the 333-minute time frame, it would have told you to buy down here at 72, 73 cents, and you will have doubled your money without leverage. If you're using any kind of leverage, you'd be up so freaking much, it's ridiculous. So that's what I see. Aerodome is just melting faces, and I see it continuing to the upside. So that's what we got going on. Cardano is having a massive week. Damn. I expect we will see some massive liquidations this week. Well, everyone's trying to short squeeze this. Look, you know, the market is pumping when XRP is having a bullish candle, a breakout. I am long on XRP. This is just awesome to see. So we want to see Bitcoin continue up here. I do need to move my stop loss to $77,400 based on my trading strategy. So if you're watching on TikTok, bear with me. I'll be right back. But I got to do this update really fast. Let me just do this. And I will tell you guys how much we're up here. But locking in 88. Wait. Nope. Don't want to do that. I want my stop loss to be $77,400. Locking in $88 profit. But the trade's up $370. And yeah. Okay. I expect you 20% dip to shake out leverage. We'll see. Obviously, people are shocked that we're going up. When people are shocked that we're going up, what do? They open up shorts. When they open up shorts, we get a short squeeze because then the longs get paid. When people go short, that's when you see a green candle because people are getting liquidated. So that's just how it works. When people are bearish and they're shorting, we get a long squeeze. I think I said that right. Maybe not. Anyways, if people keep shorting this pump, we are going to keep pumping because they're going to keep getting liquidated, and that's what causes the price to go up. That's one of the reasons. Obviously, people buying spot, just buying Bitcoin in general makes the price go up. FOMO makes it go up, but liquidations is a big reason it goes up. Yeah, so if you guys want to join the trading group, I know I've said before, but check out the links in the description below. I post Bitcoin updates every day, so that's just, yeah. All right, let me see. I don't see any other requests. Did I miss any? By the way, I'll be back live Monday, 11 p.m. Central Time. I guess I did find Moonwell after all. So, Moonwell, yeah, that doesn't look, it's not pumping like the rest of the market. These lower cap shit coins, I don't know, man. I don't know. Technically, it just, the 333-minute time frame finally came out with the moving average. But to me, like, that's not very bullish compared to the rest of the market. So I can't say that I really like that setup. This is kind of what I see, but that's not a very, I would not be touching this right now. Frankly, I'm sorry. I don't know what this is. Moonwell, it's above the moving averages, I guess. But compared to the rest of the market, it hasn't broken out yet, which maybe that's a good thing. Maybe you want to front run it. The 333-minute time frame is making a lower high, though, if you look at the stock RSI. So it's likely the Aerodome is going to probably continue back to the downside right now. We'll see what happens, but that's kind of what I see. I don't exactly know where my arrow thingy went, so I don't know. I don't know why I can't find it, but my guess is you come up here a little bit more, come back down, and chop around a few more times. Bitcoin continuing to the upside, almost at all-time highs. Wow, I need to move my all-time high line up to what? $79,700. So this is the first time this entire bull run, when you have made an all-time high, you didn't immediately dump or like dump right after. So like usually you see an all-time high of a few $100s, then you get a pullback for a day, then you go up again. But like this time the pullbacks might be $1,000, but you're immediately getting bought back up. It's not going down for several hours or a day or two on end before you get another all-time high. So overall, this is the first time. Tonight is the first night this entire bull run where Bitcoin finally, when it makes an all-time high, doesn't just have a correction. So I think someone said this is 5 straight days of Bitcoin going up. I wouldn't be surprised. This is crazy. So, all right, let's yeah. Can I take a look at OP? It is worth entering along now. Can't tell you what to do, but I'll show you what I would do. So again, I keep it simple. If you watch my video, it was a half-hour video earlier today. This would tell you to buy on the 333-minute time frame. I backtested it. This is the time frame I love. I know it's a random time frame, but if you would have bought when this entire candle this is not a buy right now. But if you get one more green candle that is not touching this yellow line and you're above it, I would long with a stop loss immediately below this yellow line. It's so simple. You could just come into the market and do it. If you're disciplined, you could do this. So right now, let me zoom out a little bit. So if you're asking for the macro time frames, just when I zoom out, I see that as a bear flag. I don't think it's going to dump because the entire market's pumping, but it doesn't matter. Some coins will just dump because they're not worth anything. But I would just be cautious here because by the books, this dumps 68% of the time. That is a bear flag. Now, I will negate this move because it's telling you your measure move is in the negatives. That cannot happen. So I will negate that bear flag, and my guess is that your low is now in. If the measure move is negative, that cannot happen. It can go to zero, but it can't go into the negative. So I would pretty much say your low is in here on OP. Plus, I know it's not a scam because it's been around a while. I have heard of this before. So OP right now, if you stay above $1, your next resistance is $2, which is psychological resistance too. You have even more psychological resistance at $3. I'm not doing it every dollar. That's just where you had resistance, and then you came down. You crashed below this support, but then you used it as resistance 2 times, and you've used this $1. It's likely that you're going to $2 right now on OP. I can't tell you what to do. Let me go to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour is above the 200-day moving average. That's a higher high. My guess is you go to that $2 resistance. And if I go back to the 4 hour time frame, or even what time frame was I on, the daily? Yeah. My guess is you slowly creep out of here. Another situation, and I don't know where here you go. My guess is that this is a massive rounded bottom on OP. So that is probably your low right now. So we'll see what happens. But OP looks like a buy to me, even though it doesn't look nearly as good as the other ones. Oh my gosh. Wow. My hair, my camera is not making me look good today, but all right. I gotta go check on my trades again. Let me go back to the 1 minute time frame. Oh God. We're up $900 across this. I entered $100 long on Bitcoin on the 1 minute time frame like 4 hours ago. It's up $419. I'm at $40 on XRP. I'm up $455 on Ethereum. I will say I only put $100 into Bitcoin, but I did 125x leverage. I never, ever, 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 ever use that much leverage. But I just felt like I risked $24 to make what I've made so far. That's an awesome R&R. I'm not trying to brag, but I'm pretty happy right now. So, anyways, it's a small account. It's only worth I put 1,500 in this account. It's only worth 1,800 right now. But yesterday was sitting at 600, so I'm pretty happy right now. Yeah, that's what we got going on right now. So Bitcoin right now, just making another new all-time high. We can move that up a little bit more. If you guys have more requests, keep them coming. I'll probably stay live as long as we keep pumping. But we'll see what happens. I should go back to TikTok so that people don't leave TikTok, but they probably already have. That's just what I see going on. So, yeah. I don't know if there's any way on TikTok to kind of show. Thank you for the likes on TikTok. Let me see if I can do something. What is this? Add wallpaper. I don't want to add wallpaper. Okay, I don't know what's going on. So yeah, that's just kind of what I see. I see more upside. Usually pumps whenever Ethereum pumps, it's a layer 2 optimistic tech layer. It's Ethereum Classic or Litecoin. My friend has a Litecoin miner. Let's see how it's doing. Wow, that's not very good. Wow, this looks bad. Litecoin looks horrible. It's at $77 and the rest of the market's going to 80,000. That's crazy. That's awful. My strategy would have told you. I'm going to keep talking about. That's a rising wedge, by the way. It's breaking out parabolically like every other coin is. That almost never happens across all assets. Anyways, it would have told you to buy pretty much right here at 69.30, and you'd be in the money if you did. But that's the fact that this thing's been at this price for years. I mean, it's bullish. That looks horrible, though. That is a massive, massive. It's not the best drawing, but that is a bull. I mean, I would say it's a falling wedge. That's just like the entire. Look at this. If I just zoom out, like it's just struggle. I mean, I thought this was a cup and handle, and then you kind of pumped, but then you went sideways again. It's just struggle. This is kind of underperforming the entire market. Litecoin has. I mean, a year ago, 6 months ago, you were at this price. I don't know. I feel bad for whoever's holding Litecoin. I mean, if you're mining it, you're still making money, but it's just I would have expected this to be way higher by now. It is unfortunate. I mean, yeah, you do have massive. I think you get back to that resistance at 270 this bull run, but to me, like I expect it to be well over $100 by now. So I don't know. That doesn't look great to me. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like it's going to break out, but it's taking its time. Ethereum Classic told you to buy just a little bit ago around $20. That'd be in the money. A lot of things are in the money right now. Let me go to the 3-day time frame on this. You have resistance coming up at $25. And I guess I would keep it that simple. 15-minute time frame for Ethereum Classic looks much better than Litecoin. Rounded bottom, and now you're just going parabolic. Guess what this is? If I go to the 5-minute time frame, when I've gone live, I don't think I've ever seen this many rising wedges in one stream. So I think the market's getting a little extended tonight. I think Monday you see a pullback. Watch me eat my words, and we go to 85,000 on Monday. I keep thinking today's Sunday, but anyways, that rising wedge takes you right to that resistance at $25. That is likely to happen probably tonight if Bitcoin keeps making new all-time highs. This is getting a little. Let's go to Bookmap and see where the liquidity is at on Bitcoin. Bitcoin did touch 80,000, I believe, or within $100 of it. You still have much liquidity at 80,000, not much lower. And the stuff you do have lower is all the way down at 77.6, which now is a long ways away. It wasn't a few hours ago. So it's likely that this pump is not over. At least till you see 80,000. I think Bitcoin does touch 80,000 tonight, which is only $100 higher than the high. But I'm saying that just looks extremely likely to go to the upside here tonight is $80,000 Bitcoin. So yeah, that's what we got going on right now. You can't see the screen. Really? That's weird. See it now? AVAX. Let me know if you can see it now. It's a little weird that you can't see the screen. Lido. I hope you guys can see the screen now on YouTube. Lido looks good to me. Next resistance is basically $40 on Lido. I'm sorry, on AVAX. I don't know why I'm looking at AVAX. Did someone request AVAX? I don't think. Oh, yeah, someone requested. Okay, I'm losing my mind. So $40 is your next resistance on AVAX right now. The 3-day time frame has a lot more momentum on AVAX. I think altcoins, again, because Ethereum is now starting to outperform Bitcoin, it's very likely that lots of altcoins are going to rip. Usually Bitcoin pumps, then you get Ethereum pumping, and then you get altcoins pumping. But now tonight, like everything's just pumping at the same time. That hardly ever happens. I don't even know if it happened last bull run. Like last bull run, I don't know. But yeah. So it looks good to me. Let me look at the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, rounded bottom looks good. Good. I'm glad it's on now. So, what is Lido? AVAX. A lot of ones look good. Some look great. AVAX looks good. Litecoin does not look good. Rounded bottom on the 333-minute time frame, my go-to time frame. would have entered the trade around $1.20, and you'd still be in massive profits right now. Stop loss basically at break even, but either way, you'd be in the money right now. So that's what we got going on Lido. Whatever the hell this is, I don't know. 5 minutes going to be making a bullpen. I kind of thought that was going to be a rising wedge. It kind of is a rising wedge if you think about it. It's making a higher high. Yeah, I don't love that. I mean, everything's pumping. This probably continues to the upside. It is more of a rising wedge, though, because you had a higher high. You didn't go sideways. I would look for another move to the upside on this, on Lido. Everything's just pumping. And if Lido can hold the level of $1.43.7, this is going to continue pumping and probably go to the upside all the way up to at least $1.70 or $1.65 on Lido. I don't know what it is, but it looks bullish. Yeah. The next resistance I see is about 225 on Lido. Maybe some psychological resistance at $2, but that is what I see on Lido. Is another move to the upside coming. Bitcoin dominance is taking? Really? Well, I'm not surprised because we just looked at Ethereum Bitcoin, and whenever Ethereum Bitcoin is pumping, that's usually when Ethereum's outperforming Bitcoin. When that happens, that means that, yeah, Bitcoin dominance would have to be taking because they're core opposites. But we'll look at Bitcoin dominance. Yep. So that's a falling wedge, though. This tells me that even though this tells me that everything could pump together. Or maybe it tells me everything pumps together, or this tells me right now that Bitcoin's going to start to go parabolic until the end of the year, or at least super short term it is, and then everything can go sideways while Bitcoin pumps. It tells me that we are not going to see a pullback in the market overall, at least a big pullback for a long time. Bitcoin dominance is in a falling wedge, though. That's a steep falling wedge, but that's a falling wedge that would take you to a slightly higher high. So either everything's going to start pumping like crazy, like it is tonight, but that's going to be extended over the next week, or Bitcoin's going to start pumping and everything goes sideways. But I would watch this right now. Bitcoin dominance actually looks pretty dang interesting. Now, I will say you're on my yellow line. I would have been long, and it would have stopped me out. So to me right now, it's right on the cusp. If you do not hold 29.82 on Bitcoin dominance, I think altcoins will rip. If you hold and get the bounce at 29.82, stock our size suggests you could get the bounce. But it is kind of getting overbought quicker than I would like. 3-hour time frame has a lot of room to run. The 2-hour time frame, same thing. 1 hour, not so much. That's at the top of the pattern. Maybe you come back to the bottom. I would watch Bitcoin dominance, and actually, I will keep an eye on that for tonight and tomorrow, because if this pumps, if Bitcoin dominance gets a bounce here, that means Bitcoin will rip to 90,000, 100,000 this month probably. If you do not get the bounce, that means Bitcoin goes sideways or maybe slightly up while everything rips like it is tonight. So I would definitely watch 29.80 on Bitcoin dominance. If you lose 29.80, then we are going to see an altcoin season like we have not seen in a very long time, and we're starting to see it tonight. So it's a pivot time. Either we altcoins pump, or we'll see. I would watch 29.80 though. I would love everything to pump together, but that's usually not how it works in bull runs. I don't think it really worked like that in the last bull run for a Bitcoin or for anything. So here's the next flag I see on Bitcoin. I'm still in my long trade, and this would take you up to 80,400. This bigger one takes you up to 80,800. Let's go back to Bookmap. We still haven't cracked 80,000 yet. It's likely, again, we go back to 80,000. All righty. Tech difference for Lido is the governance of proper staking infrastructure for blockchains like Ethereum, Solana, and Tron. There's so many altcoins out there, it's kind of getting ridiculous. Wow, Ethereum's absolutely going ham right now. Let me see if there's any requests. I wanted to do something. Hold on, let me go check my trade again. See how the trade's doing. Yeah, so trade's still pretty much doing pretty much the same thing. Nothing's really changed. I did not want to do that. So yeah, Ethereum is just going nuts here. I'm trying to figure something out on this app, and it's not. I can't really figure it out. So I don't know what's going on. But Ethereum is probably going to 20. It's probably going to 3,500 very quickly. And this is what I'm watching for right now on Bitcoin. So favorite meme coin. I stopped doing memes because it just wasn't worth it. I did make a lot of money on SHIB when it first came out. That was crazy. I put like $4,000 in one night. I woke up a few days later, it was at 60,000, and I sold. I wish I didn't. I would be a multi millionaire right now. But woulda, coulda, shoulda. So SHIB, I like SHIB, but I mean, currently I don't have a meme coin I like. I look at meme coins on Solana here and there, but I don't really entertain it as far as I don't trade them. I just don't. The one I've watched, I haven't traded this, but I've watched Bowden. It's had its pumps and dumps, but that's not hot, whatever. Joe was out of office, and some people are saying that Joe Biden faked dementia because I don't know, because they didn't want to do the job anymore. So then they hired someone else, and I don't know. That's a whole other thing. I don't want to get into that right now. But Bowden, yeah, that's something I'm watching. If you don't break 62, if you break 62 on Bowden, then I mean I'd be interested. This is my yellow line strategy. It works on memes as well. Last time you broke it on the 4 hour time frame, you went from literally five. No, you went from what 60 or 6 all the way up to 20. That your strategy would have worked. My strategy would have worked. But I mean, you can look at these hotter meme coins. I don't have a one I love right now. Peanut's doing really well. Peanut the squirrel. I think that this is Peanut that died. But I don't know what all happened there. But yeah, if you just on the 4 hour, it doesn't have any data yet. But Peanut the squirrel on the 1 hour looks bullish based on my yellow line strategy. But I mean, that's a brand new coin, so that's crazy high risk. I just don't do that anymore. I mean, this is what could happen. Like you could buy this at 24 cents, and then it's worth a half a penny. Like you're down 95% on your money, and that's why I just don't do it anymore. Sure, you could put $100 in. I know people make money on it, but most 99, especially meme coins, 99% of people would lose money on memes. I don't know. To me, it's not worth the risk. I'd rather just do trades or investing. But if the meme's been out a while, I think it's fine. Brand new coins, I don't know. That's definitely a bull pennant. That will probably pump here. Even though it's a meme, your market cap is 240 million. This is likely to pump. KMNO. It's a brand new coin. I don't know what it is, but it's likely to pump here. We'll see on the 1 hour time frame. I'm not going to watch it that long, but that's what I'm seeing. So wow. So now XRP is taking out the highs. It has another bullish engulfing candle, and that just looks ready. Ethereum slowly going to the upside. So is Bitcoin. But overall, everything's going crazy. Yeah. Everything's going nuts. And then someone requested Noble. I'm a little bit afraid to even see what Noble is. I think my computer's lagging a little bit because I got too many tabs open. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I click on a tab and it takes 3 seconds to open it. That's kind of scary. What's going on with that? NOBL. My guess is it's on the Dex Tools chain. So this is Wrapped Ethereum, $500,000 market cap. I don't think we should even look at this. It's above my yellow line, but it was at one point it was at 7-1, and then it went down to it's a $500,000 market cap. I don't think I would touch this personally. Let me look at the 12-hour. Actually, look at the daily. That looks horrible. That chart is awful. Yeah, no, we're done. Okay, moving on. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Nothing crazy. Ethereum's continuing to break out. XRP is having its run up. I'm in those trades long term, and yeah. So that's what we got going on. XRP, just what about the pullback right now to the 75? I don't see that happening because everything's pumping. Yes, you need a pullback, but every time we've had a pullback, it's just been bought up over the last week. And now look, there's so many more orders at 80,000. I mean, that's not far away at all, right? But I don't see a pullback coming for Bitcoin. Well, I see pullbacks here and there, but it's not going to be like 75,000. You'd have to break some key support levels now for that to happen. So if we go back to the 5-minute time frame on Bitcoin, these are not super strong supports because you're going up really fast, but you would have to break these key levels now on Bitcoin. And again, they're not much of support. You haven't been around these price levels very long. But you'd have to lose $78,800 on Bitcoin. And you'd have to lose 77,000. And these could happen really quickly because you went up so fast. But again, until you lose some of these key levels that we've printed over the last few hours, I don't see us dumping. And super short term, to keep it simple, if you lose the level of $79,400, you can then look for more downside. Until you see 79.4, there's no point about talking about 75,000. Bitcoin, let me go back to Bitcoin. Yeah, the 5.5 hour time frame, 333-minute time frame, same thing, is overbought. The 4-hour time frame is overbought. Actually, no, it's not. The 4-hour time frame is gas to continue on Bitcoin. So I think you get more upside here. The 15-minute time frame, let's look at the 5-minute. 5 minutes making a higher low. Like, to me, the stock RSI is saying, yeah, we are not going to go lower. And if you do go lower, you'd have to lose 79,450. Until that happens, there's no point in talking about downside. I know that's not that far off, but this is a 1-minute time frame. So if we hold 79,450, I'm going to keep looking for upside on Bitcoin. Ethereum's just going parabolic. Again, I'm calling for a $3,500 Ethereum in the next 7 days. And at this rate, it could happen tomorrow or the next day or Monday. I wouldn't be surprised. I have a measure move on Ethereum, on XRP up to 62 cents. And as long as we stay above the yellow line at 56 cents, and I'm staying long. My stop loss right now is at 54.4, I think. 54.45. So when would you take profit on XRP? Well, technically your measure move is 62 cents, right? 63 cents. But yeah, I don't know, maybe 63 cents. It seems like but the next resistance is 66. So I would say between 62 and 67 cents. That's a big range. I would just watch the smaller time frames on XRP. If we keep making higher highs and higher lows, I would just stay in the trade. I'm personally staying in the trade until you lose this yellow line. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens. But last time you broke this yellow line, it would have told you to buy XRP at 56 cents, and then you would have sold at 56. You will have broken even, or you could have sold at resistance. So honestly, I'll probably end up taking profits at resistance because last time you got rejected, you came all the way back down. So I will probably actually take profit in at 66 cents on XRP. 65 or 66 cents seems like a good trade. My other trades I don't have take profits in, but it seems like XRP can't break that level. And at some point this bull run, XRP will break that level, but it just hasn't happened yet. There are 2 other coins I wanted to talk about in this marathon of a stream we're doing. So FET was the other one, and I wrote these down and I forgot to talk about them. But actually, I didn't forget because we're talking about them right now. So FET. These are coins that look very bullish to me. And I do not have money right now to put in them unless I take profits on other positions. And why would I do that if I'm printing money? But I see this. So you're above this 5.5 hour time frame. Entry would have been $1.35. Stop loss of right below it. And this is still okay trade stuff. You're getting a little bit far away from that area. But overall, FET looks very bullish to me. Like, this is another bull pennant on FET. And FET right now is gonna likely continue to the upside. So I probably looked at 50 to 60 coins today. I feel like it's been even more. By far the most I've ever looked at in one day. But that's what I see FET doing is $1.80. What? Why is it saying that I'm inactive? I've never had TikTok say I'm inactive. Are you joking me? I might have to restart my stream on TikTok. What's going on? So, but I don't know what's happening. All right, sorry, I don't know what that was about. All right, so yeah, I see Fat Chain going up to $1.80. It's pretty much that simple. To me now you're too far away from where my stop would be, but I'm just telling you what I see likely to happen now on Fat. So that's what I see going on. All-time high is 350. I do see that likely to be coming this bull run. And there's another one I want to look at, which was Bonk. This is a meme coin. Yeah, so Bonk right now is in a bull pennant. This is likely to pump. I'm giving you free, I don't want to say free money, but I pretty much am. This is a better setup than FET is, and there's probably more upside with this. It's higher risk. It's a meme coin. But FET looks good. This looks really good to me. Your stop loss would be even closer on this, which is, it's a safer trade. Your stop loss would be 21, and you're at 23. That's pretty close. You have almost a confirmed breakout here. I'd watch the stock RSI, but this looks pretty good for a continuation of the upside, all the way up to 29. If I go to the 3-day time frame, where is our next resistance on Bonk? Well, your next macro resistance would be 44. And you probably have more at 34, but not much. If you continue, if you break out here, you're likely to break all-time highs here on Bonk. So, or at least get to 44. That's what I see. Bonk looks really bullish to me, and Bitcoin getting a little bit of a. That looks like such a bad candle, but compared to what we've done overall, that's not bad at all. But now the question is, you've lost that key level. You've lost the 21-day moving average on the 1-minute time frame. Now, do we get a bounce back, or do we get a bear flag forming here? Like you look at Ethereum, it went all the way up to 32.21, and now you're up 31.8. That's not that bad, really. The grand scheme of things, that's not bad at all. So you can negate this bull pennant that you had, this bull flag. It didn't play out. We are due for a pullback, and now I'll keep it simple. If you go sideways, that's a bear flag, and you're going to keep dumping. And now your next key level of support that I really see would be basically $78,800. If you lose that level, it's game over, and then we could look for a bigger dump. If we go back to Bookmap, we still have a lot of liquidity up at 80,000. I still think we get a bounce here tonight, and we continue to the upside. But right now, on the 1-minute time frame, you are kind of going sideways and making lower lows. And I would look now, unfortunately, at least short term, it doesn't look good for a continuation here. At least not super short term. I'm still going to stay long. I see more upside coming for Bitcoin, but short term, if I go to the 15-minute time frame, you're dumping. So I'm staying long on my 1-minute trade because I don't think this is the top yet for Bitcoin. But I think short term, over the next hour or two, you are going to go sideways or dump. So my stop loss right now on my trade is $77,700 for Bitcoin. It just is what it is. If you guys want to join my trading group, link to join is on the link on YouTube. Yeah, let me go move my stop loss up to 77,700. The trade's still up $300. I'll just make it $77,777. That is just, it's up so much, it's crazy. I gotta move my stop loss up. So now my stop loss. So you can do this on any time frame. When I'm scalping or day trading, I use the 1-minute time frame. When I'm doing swing trades, I use the 333-minute time frame. But same strategy. If we stay above this thick yellow line on the 1-minute time frame, I stay long. It's not rocket science. So yeah, that's what I see. So I do see this as a bear flag, and so what is the measure move? The measure move is not that bad for Bitcoin. I just think the 15-minute time frame needs to reset. But that measurement was $78,700. That's not that bad. And although it's not much of a bear flag, if it just goes straight down. So to me, that's not even a bear flag anymore. It's just going to the downside. Sorry, I had to manage my trade. So yeah, that's just what I see. And now I said you had key support around 78,800 or 79,000, and you haven't hit that level quite yet, but you are getting a green candle around that area. If you look at the 1-minute time frame, there's a lot of money flowing around 79.3, so that is a little bit of a short-term resistance as well. Just something that's what people see as resistance on the 1-minute time frame is 79.3. It's because you traded that level so long on your way to the upside, which is fine. 79.3 is now resistance, but not very strong resistance at that. Because on the way down, you didn't really use it as support. You used 79K as support. So 79.3, if you stay above that or get back above it, we can continue our move to 80,000. Guys, dips are for buying, even on the smaller time frames, especially on the larger ones. We're in a massive bull market, and it's going to be a historic one. So 80,000, yeah, I see 80,000 tomorrow morning, and it's almost midnight, so that's what I mean by tomorrow morning. I just see more upside coming. I'm staying long on all of 3 of my positions. It's just a short-term pullback, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Yeah. So this is obviously a bearish engulfing candle, but now this candle right here is bullish engulfing because it's bigger than the last red candle, and yeah, I think you're gonna bounce here. We'll see what happens, but that's what I see. So, yeah. So I see more upside coming for Bitcoin, and it's pretty much that simple. Short term, the 15-minute time frame does need to reset, but again, it looks good. Like the 7 minutes already reset almost, and I do see more upside coming for Bitcoin. It's not crazy rocket science. So I'm gonna be up for a while because obviously everything's pumping until I get stopped out of this trade. If we keep pumping, I'm gonna stay in this trade. That's how it's basically a trailing stop loss using the strategy. That's why I love it. Whether you're using the 1-minute time frame or the 5-hour time frame, it's using the strategy as a trailing stop loss, long or short, because it's a moving average that catches up to price action. So we can lose this level here at 79,000 and still be bullish here on the 1-minute time frame. But I would say if you lose 78,800, then it's time to maybe get a little bit more bearish short term. But I'm gonna stay long until you lose basically 77,700 as of right now. So there's just no reason to get out of the trade, and it's healthy to get pullbacks on the way up. So with that being said, guys, that's kind of what I got tonight. What will Dogecoin do? I don't know. What do you think Dogecoin is going to do? 50 cents Dogecoin? I don't know. I thought we already looked at Dogecoin. I don't even know where Dogecoin went. Where's Dogecoin at? 50-cent Dogecoin? I said that if you stay above 23 cents or get above it, your next stop is 30 cents. If you get above that, your next stop is 35 cents. If you get above that, you're off to all-time highs because there's not much resistance above that. Yeah, if you get above 35 cents on Dogecoin, you're off to whatever price you want to dream of, 50 cents, 70 cents. If you get above 35 cents, it's gonna just Dogecoin's gonna rip. But you're a long ways from that, at least right now. At the rate everything's going, that can happen sooner than later. But you're a long ways away from that level right now. But Dogecoin is bullish about 23 cents. We talked about that earlier today, or about well, I don't know, not that much earlier. I guess it was an hour ago. I already looked at AVAX. Are people crapping about hitting $1? Well, you have to remember the token's inflationary, so I would just be cautious. But I do think it's going to hit $1 because I think Bitcoin's going to 100,000. If Bitcoin's 100,000, then who knows? I just think if Dogecoin was not inflationary, it'd be like at $1 right now. I don't know. What am I even looking at? AVAX? Your next resistance is $40 on AVAX. If you stay above 27, you're bullish. It's pretty simple, really. All these smaller time frames are looking bullish. The fact that Bitcoin just bounced back to 79,200 is so bullish for me. It's not even funny. I've been in the markets long enough to have a sense of what's about to happen, and I'm not saying I know. I just know and have a feeling when something's about to pop. Bitcoin right now is holding 79,000. Maybe I'll eat my own words, but right now the trend is massively up. People get scared every time they see a red candle, even after Bitcoin pumped. This isn't that good of a flag, but I'm just saying the trend right now is down. If you break, at least super short term, it's down. Like if you break this, if you break 79.3, that's a confirmed breakout back to the upside, back to probably $80,000 all-time highs for Bitcoin. So that's what I watch for. I wish I could look at the smaller time frames below a minute, but that's what I see right now on Bitcoin. If you don't break 79.3, then yeah, it could be bad, but we'll see what happens. You already had the 7-minute time frame making a higher low. It's almost oversold. 5 minutes definitely oversold. Again, going back to AVAX, it's bullish. So 15-minute time frame right now. By the way, I talked about AVAX on my. If you guys want to see the entire screen, it's on YouTube. I guess I talked about AVAX on YouTube and TikTok. But if you want to rewatch it, you'd have to go to YouTube for that. So AVAX is your next resistance is $40. And I do see that coming probably this month at the latest. 33.50 is your measure move on the 15-minute time frame. Maybe I was wrong about the short-term pump up here, but I do know that Bitcoin looks really good to me. Bitcoin perhaps still has more liquidity to the upside than to the downside. 80,000 is more than likely sometime in the next few hours, and we'll see what happens. Okay, Ethereum. That's what we're looking at, is Ethereum. You haven't really broken the trend to me on Ethereum. You're testing it right now, but you have not broken the trend yet. The 15-minute time frame is making a higher low. Now, I would not be surprised at all if you just start dumping back to $3,000. But for right now, it's bullish as far as I'm concerned. And that's a rising wedge, though. I would be cautious. It's been going up for like the last week straight. But we just looked at Ethereum, Bitcoin. It's still outperforming it. Bitcoin dominance doesn't look bad. I said if Bitcoin dominance can hold, 2980 will be good. If this Ethereum Bitcoin stays above 4.0, will be really good. That's making a higher low. I think Ethereum is going to continue to outperform Bitcoin because you're putting in a higher low now on the 5-hour time frame. So I see more upside for Ethereum, and I see if Ethereum's outperforming Bitcoin, that usually means altcoins will do the same. And you have Bitcoin dominance, which is struggling right now, which means that Bitcoin might go sideways or go up slowly while altcoins start to outperform Bitcoin. I do have XRP in a long right now with a measure move up to 62 cents. Thoughts on swell? I don't know what swell is. What's swell? There's no data on swell. It's a brand new token. The 1-hour time frame, while the entire market's pumping, it's losing the 21-day moving average. So that's not very bullish. 30-minute, data. The only time frame you have data on is a 15-minute. That's the only time frame you can use a 200-day moving average for. So I would not be long on Swell. I don't know what it is, but it looks like it's a scam project. It's probably not. It just doesn't look good right now. How come it won't go to this page? Come on, go back. My computer's lagging like crazy. Yeah, this looked horrible. So Bitcoin right now must break 79,300, or we are going to dump more to the downside. I think that's going to wrap it up for me. I do see more upside coming later tonight, but we'll see. Anything is possible. Um, we do have more liquidity to the upside. So overall, I'm bullish. I'll be back live Monday at 11 p.m. Central Time. And again, I'm going to stay in this trade on Bitcoin as long as we stay above the 200-day smooth moving average on the 1 minute time frame. My computer's starting to lose its mind, so I might have to get off here. But that's what we got going on. With that being said, guys, what does this do? Bitcoin's pumping, guys. I don't want to go in. I mean, it's pumping. Um, what is all this stuff? I know I have more than one thing. Interesting. I don't even know if my I'm on. Come on. Alrighty, guys. I think my computer's freezing up on me. I don't think my screen is sharing anymore either, which I don't know why. So Bitcoin trying to break out of this little resistance, the downsloping resistance you have. We'll see what happens, but this is what I look for a continuation to the upside. Yeah, that's what I got, and I will see you guys 11 p.m. Monday night Central Time. If you guys want to join the trading group, link to join is in the link on YouTube. With that being said, guys, that's everything that I got for tonight. Thank you guys for stopping by, and yeah, that's gonna probably wrap things up. I do see more upside coming for Bitcoin, but I don't think people. I think that's gonna be it for right now. So yeah, and I have a long open on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP right now, and it's pretty much that simple. So, with that being said, thank you guys for stopping by. Thanks for the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one at 11 p.m. Central Time on Monday. Before then, especially with the market doing everything, I'll be posting videos. I'll be posting my trading group, so join that if you guys are interested. And I'll see you guys on Monday night for our next live stream. If something crazy happens before then, like we go to 90,000, I'll definitely be live before then. But with that being said, that's all I got. Um, I don't think we've hit the high for now. You might be so right, but you just broke out of that resistance. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow or Monday, and I think you see 80,000 again in the next hour or two. But that's just my opinion. You broke that down sloping resistance. You have more liquidity to the upside, but that's what we got going on. And there's not much more to say. I'm gonna get out of here as well, and I got church in the morning, so I probably should get some sleep. But it might be hard to sleep with these trades open. I don't know if I can go to sleep with this 1 minute trade open on Bitcoin because that is a smaller time frame trade. The other trades, Ethereum and XRP, those are macro time frame swing trades, so it doesn't really matter short-term price action. But Bitcoin price action does matter because it's a 1 minute time frame trade. I don't know. I probably got to stay up till it dumps, or yeah, I'll stay up for now. But yeah. So that's gonna wrap it up for me though. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks guys for stopping by. And yeah. We'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, until Monday, 11 p.m. Central Time, have a good weekend and trade safe. Always have a stop loss in. Don't FOMO. Although I do see us going higher. My computer is definitely lagging, so I'm gonna have to get on out of here. But I'll see you guys in the next one. I've said that before many times. And That's what we got going on. I don't know why. What's going on? Yeah, I'm lagging like crazy. I can't open the tab anymore. Come on. I don't know what's going on. This is crazy. I broke my computer. Well, I don't even know if it's still streaming at this point. Probably isn't. What the? This is pretty dumb. So, toodaloo.